He did in the first fight where Zhilei Zhang was extremely efficient and accurate with his shots, landing at an impressive 46% of total punches, 56% of power punches. Ismael Salas, he was able to remake the career of one Robeisy Ramirez after he lost his professional debut. Now the Cuban featherweight is a world champion. It's a different story with heavyweights, Tim, and the order is tall against Zhilei Zhang.
Coming out, I'm seeing Joyce now looking to joust. He's having that lead hand battle. That's something different, and he's moving left.
So already those technical adjustments that you mentioned could be occurring early on in the fight, evident from Joyce. So those months from April 15th till September 23rd put to good use at the Salas Boxing Academy in Las Vegas.
Yes, it is. You know, the second time around in camp when you're facing the southpaw and you have all that southpaw sparring, you're familiar with the angles. You become more familiar with the angles. You know, that's what you're seeing right now from Joyce. He looks a little bit more familiar. Not a lot of punches being thrown at the moment.
And that right hand at home trying to protect that eye.
And it's interesting because that right hand is in front of Joyce's face. Looking to catch the left hand. It's in front. Now, Joyce got to be wary of the looping left hand coming from Zhang.
Joyce trying to land a looping left early on, and Zhang switches it up and says, all right, you've got that right hand tucked next to your chin. Let me go to the body.
It's a good round. I like what I'm seeing. I'm liking the minor adjustments. Now, what happens when Joyce gets hit? Does he resort back to his old ways, standing in front? That has yet to be seen. That typically happens. You start off with a game plan, then you get hit, then you resort back to who you are.
Mike Tyson said it best. Everybody has a plan until they get hit in the face. You revert to your nature, you revert to what you did in the gym, and there, Zhang, once again, a straight shot to the solar plexus.
And I also like the stance. I like the narrow stance coming from Joyce. Boxing a little bit better. No left hands has caught his head just yet. I'm going to anticipate Zhang's going to make an adjustment. He's going to start looping the lead hand to try to get Joyce to move towards his left hand. A lot of respect from both men right now. No one looking to really take charge or engage.
All right, the first fight ended due to inflammation in the right eye of Joyce, and Zhilei Zhang, making no bones about, aiming his left exactly there.
对，我知道他的。
Yeah, it's nice and simple. I know his weakness is his eyes. I'm gonna go for his eyes. That's.
I understand defense is great. It's fantastic. But sooner or later, you're going to have to let your hands go. You have to take some risks. But that's the first round is a fill-out round. Both guys respecting one another.
Yeah, he did keep that right hand at home. That's his best weapon. I mean, I've never seen Joyce win a fight just on the jab. He's done damage with the jab, but not win the entire fight behind the jab. And at some point, he's going to have to let that right hand go, and we'll see how Zhang reacts to that.
It's interesting tonight that Joyce is looking like he wants to be the counterpuncher tonight. You know, he's not looking to reach with his right hand. He's taking his time. He's measuring. You know, having a battle, the lead front, the hand battle up front. Trying to land his jab.
And Tim, you know that when you face an Ismael Salas fighter, he's not going to be unprepared, especially after a loss. And we see that with Joyce, switching things up as Zhang's starting to open up a little bit.
Oh, look at the little single head cross. I like that from Joyce. Trying to use his shoulders to defend against left hands. Nice little shot right there from Zhang, coming down the pipe with the left hand.
Zhang does have more weapons in his arsenal, Tim.
He does. He has an uppercut. He also has a right hook. He hasn't used his right hook yet, but right now he's just looking to, he's taking his time. He's taking his time. He's taking a good look at what Joyce has learned. And I think eventually he's going to come out a little bit faster as the fight goes on. If Joyce wants to sit back and lay back and be more defensive, Zhang's going to have to take the lead.
Oh, nice straight left from Zhang. Does damage, and then he follows it up with our short right hook. That's the danger of allowing Zhang to be first and often.
You're exactly right. Now Zhang has got comfortable. Now he found his distance, although he is moving to his left. Southpaws are used to moving both ways. They understand the angles that are present.
But you mentioned he's moving toward Joyce's power right hand.
But he's not worried about his right hand. Joyce has yet to release it. He's not worried about that right hand right now.
Yeah, Joyce is worried about protecting that eye. We talked about the psychology of what that does to you. You know you can take your opponent's best shot. The question is, will your face hold up if you don't move it defensively?
That was a really good body shot right there from Joyce, coming right underneath the left arm or the backhand of Zhang.
Is there blood coming from the bridge of the nose of Joyce? There's a little bit of irritation on the left side of his face as well. Nice jab from Joyce.
Did you see Joyce moving his head?
Yeah. Well, it's do you move it or do I move it for you? Because Zhang is doing exactly that here with 10 seconds left in this second round. And now the legs of Joyce wobbled momentarily as the power of Zhilei Zhang is evident through 2 rounds.
Come behind your jab. Change it up a bit.
I mean, Joyce was probably thinking, I'm going to weather the storm early and try to take Zhang into deep waters. But if what we saw in that second round continues to happen, it may not get there just based on how clean those shots from Zhang were able to land on the face of Joyce, who's now using his head to move laterally, using his legs, dig into the body with the left hook.
But what he's doing now, he's not trying to be the counterpuncher. Joyce is now being himself. He's coming forward. He's moving left. That's what he should have been doing from Jump Street.
He's at his best when he's instinctual. Joyce knows that he has to throw punches to win this fight, and he's had that right hand tucked in a defensive position minutes of this fight.
I have yet to see him release it with any kind of power.
Nice counter by Zhang as Joyce was able to land a short left hook.
Again, Joyce, he stopped mid-range. He threw a couple of punches, stayed mid-range, and that's where the danger zone is. It's either he's going to be all the way in, all the way out, or he just needs to let his hands go from where they are.
That right, it's thrown, but it's not thrown with the confidence we've usually seen from Joyce. He wants to throw it and get it back to where it can defend his the right portion of his face.
Zhang right now is being patient. He's allowing Joyce to get comfortable, and he's going to look to line him up with shots.
There's that stick from Zhilei Zhang. We remind you, both fighters stand 6'6" and have an equal 80-inch reach, and that's been the difference because Joyce, against a man his equal size, is taking some heavy artillery.
Told you that looping left hand was going to come. That looping left hand was coming, and it came right over the top, catching Joyce.
And then there's that short right hook from Zhang, and you mentioned it. What poison is Joyce going to pick tonight? And Zhang is giving him a choice.
Everything. Just wait for the uppercut. Just wait for the uppercut coming from Zhang.
Heavier isn't always better, because when Joyce gets touched, you can see his whole body go backwards. Nice 1-2 from Zhilei Zhang.
Target practice.
There's that stick from Joyce and that leery right hand that he digs to the body.
See, that's good offense right there from Joyce. He's doing it at the right range. When he does it at the right range, get his hands off and then move left, he's out of harm's way. But when he stands there a little bit too close, he should expect something to come back from Zhang.
He may not get up, and if he does, he's going to be in no condition to continue. This fight is over. Zhilei Zhang proves that the first time was not a fluke. What a finish from Zhang.
When you fall on your face, Bernardo, you usually don't get up, period. period. That's a saying in boxing. He fell on his face.
My goodness, what an impressive shot from Zhilei Zhang. He set it up perfectly, Tim, and this is how it ends.
And what did I say?
Watch that right
Watch
hook.
the right hook. The right hook is going to be coming. He saw him moving to the left. He threw the left hand right down the pipe. He moved left, and he caught him with the right hook. Nasty, nasty shot right there from Zhang.
Impressive showing from Zhilei Zhang. We talked about pick your poison. That left straight hand shut the eye of Joyce first time around. This time he came in heavier than he did last time. He gained 25 pounds. There was a 22-pound difference in weight the first fight, only 6 pounds. He looked slow. He had no offense tonight, Tim.
Yep.
And the first crushing shot that Zhilei Zhang landed clean with the right, it was night-night.
Night. And, you know, there's this theory that if you have extra weight, you're able to take a punch better. Erase that. No such thing. No, that's not real. You don't gain punch resistance by gaining weight. You can gain some strength. Yeah, you can get stronger, physically stronger from gaining weight, but not on the chin. Okay? Genetics, that's a part of it. Being conditioned, that's another thing. And avoiding your technique, avoiding shots. Right there, that was a textbook straight left hand, right hook.
My goodness.
Textbook. Perfect timing. He set him up for that shot. No doubt about it. And from the beginning, I knew it was going to come. Eventually, it was going to come. From the start. Unbelievable.
Tim, let's take another look because Zhilei Zhang turned that punch over perfectly. Textbook shot.
Look at, oh my gosh. Oh, he caught him as he was getting ready to throw the right hand. As Joyce was getting ready to throw his right hand, he caught him right in between at the perfect moment with that shot right there. And Joyce's lead hand was down. So, and he was moving somewhat left, I would say. So, perfect setup punch right there from Zhilei Zhang. Explosion, my gosh. We've never seen Joyce get hurt like that.
No.
Never.
This was devastation.
So, this is a accumulation of punches that he took over the course of a career. You know, not moving your head, being able to take shots. And I use this analogy a lot. You know, it's like chipping away at a rock, little by little. Sooner or later, that rock is going to crack right open.
He did.
That's what you saw today.
Joseph Parker, Carlos Takam, Daniel Dubois, Brian Jennings. He took shots from Berman Stavern, and tonight that accumulation came to bear with one perfectly thrown, turned over and connected right hand on the chin that had been tested but had never been put down like it was tonight. And it was a vicious finish for the man who was seen by 50 million people the first time around in China, and they're watching this tonight, and they got to see him throw 56 punches, land 29 at a 52% clip of power shots. I mean, the first time around, it was impressive enough at 56%, but tonight, not only was it just as efficient, Tim, but it was entirely more devastating.
He took his time. He took his time. He weathered the storm early. When I say weathered the storm, it's the new tactics and the new strategy that was put in front of him. You know, he was just like, all right, I see what you're trying to do. I get it. Then he made his adjustments accordingly. And he was able to line up those two punches right there, the left hand and the right hook. Now, Joyce, on the other hand, Joyce started off well.